Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Peter Palmer podcast, where we attempt to read every issue of the amazing Spider-Man week by week, so you can be a Spider-Man expert as well. My name is Mike, and with me, as always, is my co-host...
Sammie. Tired this time. That's another variety.
This time? You were tired last time too.
No, I wasn't. Was I?
You literally say halfway through the episode, I'm tired. And it's like the middle of the day.
I'm always tired. Like
That's my secret cap.
Yeah, it's my secret
I'm
cap.
always tired.
Bum, bum, ba-da.
You can sleep on command. That's pretty good.
Bum,
Not everyone can say that.
First things first, I'll eat your ass.
What?
It's the monster rap from Nicki Minaj.
She doesn't say that. She says, first things first, I'll eat your brains.
No, she says, first things first, I'll eat your ass.
I'm going to be rocking gold teeth and fangs.
Oh, that would hurt.
If she bit you, maybe. Wouldn't hurt to... Oh, I guess it would hurt to have fangs.
Yeah, I mean, like, how do you... Okay, let's stop talking about this on the podcast.
What did you watch this week? Or read? Or see? Or experience?
I read the new issue of Umbrella Academy Hotel Oblivion, issue 6. It came out the other day. It's really starting to like, I don't know, ramp up, because the first few issues were kind of like a bit weird, because it was like jumped right into a plot that I didn't really know what was going on, because it kind of had no like backstory to it. I don't know. It was a bit weird. I was like, what's going on? Anyway. But now I kind of have like more of an understanding what's going on, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is good.
That's cool. Is it still Gerard Way and Gabriel Bá?
Yes, it's the same people. Yes.
I like that.
It's good.
They're regular Stan Lee and Steve Ditko over here.
Yeah, I know. And also they've got a new thing in the, the back page, how they have like the fan submissions and stuff and the questions. They've got that now.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I liked reading that. I enjoyed it.
That's cool.
Yes, it's a bit fun, a little bit different. They're planning on making another like chapter, I guess, or like another. Sorry, I just bumped the microphone. Another book or a few collected books. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, basically they like one of the answers to like the fan question was like, oh, we'll do it in the next one. I'm like, oh, there's a next one, yes. So I'm excited.
Nice, I like that. I still haven't read past Apocalypse Suite, so...
Apocalypse Suite. It's really not hard because there's not a lot of them. They're really easy to get through. Yeah.
I read Apocalypse Suite in like a couple hours, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get to it when I get to it.
Them.
You watch any films?
Did I watch any films?
You're talking about Free Solo. Did you watch that recently, or was that a while ago?
No. I'll watch it again. Free Solo is really good. It's very inspiring.
You haven't talked about it on this before, so it was like...
Anyway, yeah, I was just talking about it. I was like, wait, what? Why'd you bring it up? I just realized I was just talking about Alex Honnold. No, I've been bringing it up lately because I've been watching like a lot of the old docos and like short docos and little things on YouTube. Like there's like one of him following him around when I think like 2015 and stuff, and how he lived and like what he ate in a day, because he's completely vegetarian and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then there's like one that I watched where he went to Angola because he has like this foundation that he has called the Alex Honnold or the Honnold Foundation, whatever, where he like raises money for environmental and like community stuff, which is really cool. No, cool. Yeah, Free Solo is good. I think it deserved the Oscar, but I haven't seen any of the other docos, so I can't really compare it to them.
Yes.
But I want to watch there's one about 3 kids who skateboarded together. Minding the Gap.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Anyway,
cool.
I'm on a doco binge right now.
Yeah, the docos that win Oscars are usually like the most popular one.
Yeah, no. I watched the first part of Leaving Neverland a couple of weeks ago, and that was just cool. Oh my god, like awful not awful filmmaking wise, but just like awful content wise. Like it was just hard to watch. That's why I did watch part 2. Anyway.
It's like that documentary I talk about sometimes, Dear Zachary.
Yes, yeah. I
never want to watch that again.
I want to watch that, but I also there's another one that's about twins, but didn't know they were twins. They were separated birth, and then they realized there's a third one.
Yeah, 3 Identical Strangers.
Yeah. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I really want to watch it because one of them like Oh, I won't say the spoiler, but
Oh, I already know. Yeah. But don't say it for the people.
no, I won't.
Yeah, I heard that's really good.
I'm on a Taco binge, yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
Any other films?
Films.
Did you go to the movies?
Films. Sorry. No, not really. Do you remember that I mentioned going to the movies? I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
No, not this week.
No.
I did finish Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, yeah.
So good. I recommend it to anyone who likes hack and slash video games or just wants to have a good old time playing a video game. It's very fun.
Nice. I don't know what a video game is, so.
Yeah, well, I should just shut up then.
Yeah. Is that like a Portal 2?
Portal 2. The cake is a lie.
I like Portal 2.
GLaDOS.
GLaDOS.
The cake is a lie. That's Portal 1. Portal 2 is Wheatley.
Who voiced the little fucking
Wheatley.
dude? Yeah, who voiced him?
What's his name in those movies?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to think who he is.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm a British man. Oh.
Stephen Merchant.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that guy.
Yes.
Tall man.
Tall man, looks a bit funny.
Oh, the
Glasses.
albino man from Logan.
Yes, him. Stephen Merchant. Okay, it's Stephen Merchant. Okay, anyway.
Now presenting Stephen
Merchant.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay, let's stop now. I don't know what kind of alternate universe we've gone into, but yeah.
So no other movies or shows? You said you've been still watching Mad Men.
Oh yeah, watching Mad Men's very good still. They've had some funny shit like terrible like sound mixing in one of the episodes and like this wide shot. It's like the character's mouth was moving but no fucking words were coming out. It's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. It's a lot funny when you actually see the clip. I like recorded it. I got Legion. I bought Legion on Blu-ray. I'm going to watch that soon.
Yeah, do it.
And Into the Spider-Verse came out on Blu-ray, which is very cool. Okay, let's do this one. No, sorry. My name is Peter Parker, and I'm fucking awesome, basically.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll bounce off that because I bought Into the Spider-Verse this week too. And I watched it again already twice.
Bruh.
It's a good movie. It gets better and better every time. And yeah, I think we talk about it like almost every week, so it's not much I could say, but the visual storytelling in that movie, on point.
Oh, bro. Yeah,
Visual setups, visual payoffs.
Bruh.
Everything Miles...
Sorry, making stupid noises.
Everything Miles does in the third act is something he learns in the movie. Which, like, the first time I watched it, I remember being like... Miles went from being a 0 to, like, being able to take down the Kingpin on his own, like, within, like, 2 days. And I remember being like... This feels like a Force Awakens scenario where he's suddenly like...
Mary Sue, yeah.
Not Mary. I don't like using that word.
Yeah, true.
But whereas, like, yeah. I know it didn't seem like there was a natural progression, but if you watch the movie again, everything he does in that third act is something he's observed or learnt from like other characters throughout the movie, you know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I love that. Like everything is so thought out and so, like, there's nothing in there for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like, most
Like he literally
movies
defeats
these days.
Kingpin by doing the fucking shoulder touch.
Yeah.
Hey.
And he goes through all the black and he's like, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. And
didn't hear.
even the way he swings up to put in the goober is the exact way that Peter Parker did.
Oh,
like shot for shot.
yeah. Man.
Because they're like, I didn't teach him that. Who taught him that? It was Chris Pine. So even the dead Spider-Man taught him something, you know, before he died.
I'm so sad.
Kill that
I'm just
guy.
being stupid now.
Did we watch Hellboy before or after last podcast?
Oh no, we haven't talked about it.
I think that was after. Hellboy 2. We watched that again. It was really good.
Hellboy.
And are you keen for that new one? The new Hellboy?
New Hellboy?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't...
I might see it if I have time to and I have the money, but if not, I'll probably just wait for it to come out.
we just watched Shazam again.
Bajam.
I mean, we might as well watch
I
Hellboy.
love that kid in Shazam, Jack Dylan Grazer, the kid from, is he from, no,
It. Yeah.
I love him. He's so funny. Have you followed him on Instagram? He does all these like weird like skating videos set to like weird like I don't know music, I guess, not weird music, but they're all in slow-mo. I'm just like, this kid, I feel like I'd be friends with him. I always feel weird about saying that though, because I'm like an adult, but I still feel like a kid. You know what I mean? Like, oh, let's, we'd be bros. But I'm like 10 years older than you. Not really 10, but yeah. I hate being old. I'm not even 21, and I'm talking about how old I am.
Shazam.
Shazam.
I'm excited for Shazam. That comes out very soon. I'm annoyed everyone on the internet's already seen it.
AM to the
because in the US they've had like public screenings already.
What?
Which is like, what?
What? Well, we did see Lego Movie 2 like way before anyone else did, so I guess it evens itself out.
And also Spider-Verse. Remember they did that 2 weeks in advance screening that we saw?
Yeah, I do remember that. And we thought we were so cool.
Yeah, they did one of those with Shazam recently.
Where?
In the US.
Oh, in the US. I was like, why haven't we seen it? I've
been on the lookout for it, and there hasn't been one here.
This guy.
Yeah. What else did I watch? I watched Ant-Man and the Wasp again. It's pretty good. It's funny.
It's pretty good.
It doesn't excel higher than what it is trying to do, but it's fun. It's funny. I'll say a few of my favorite jokes from it. I like when Ant-Man or Paul Rudd goes into what's Michelle Pfeiffer's character? Janet Van Dyne. When he's in her body and like that flashback.
Her body.
And yeah, he's explaining like how he saw a little girl, and Hope's like, that was me. That's where I hid every time we played hide and seek. And Paul Rudd's like, okay, I don't think you really got the gist of the game.
Aww, I love that so much. I love Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's one of my faves.
I wouldn't say it's one of my faves, but
I love Ant-Man. I know I say this like every podcast, but I love Ant-Man. I don't know. Even though I can see the flaws in those movies, I just really love Paul Rudd.
I wish they looked nicer. Ant-Man. Yeah, I love Paul Rudd. To be honest, Paul Rudd's like the reason those movies like work.
Yeah, honestly.
Because he's such a weird protagonist.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, he is.
Like he's a criminal and like he's really good at heists, but he's like an idiot.
Yeah, he's like a like, and then he does like stupid magic tricks and like I don't know.
And he's barely the main character in the second one.
Yeah,
like it's not really his story.
Everyone around him is really funny too.
Yeah, except like the serious characters. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
And what else was funny in that movie? Yeah, I like how he does all those magic tricks, and
then everyone's like, "How'd you do it?"
Who plays the FBI agent? That Asian guy that said like heaps of stuff.
He's in
something Chong. I don't know.
Is that racist?
No, that's like his name, isn't it?
Something Chong.
No.
No, he's in he's a funny guy anyway. Either way.
Let me look it up real quick.
Okay, my freaking laptop's gonna run out of charge. Can you bear with me for a second? I'm just gonna plug it in somewhere.
Yes.
You entertain them.
Okay, I'll entertain them as I look up who this actor's name is. Randall Park, not something Chong. I'm thinking of someone else.
Randall Park, that's literally so far away from something Chong.
I'll cut that out.
Yeah. Mike here is trying to save face.
No, Ken. I think I'm thinking of Ken Jeong.
Oh, Ken Jeong.
The other.
Hangover.
Yeah, the other comedy guy.
Yeah, he's Korean, dude.
No, Randall Park. He's really funny.
Is Randall Park Korean?
I don't know. I've clicked off it now.
He must be, because Park is a Korean last name.
Okay. I hope they can hear what you're saying from over there.
I don't know what this is plugged into. The fucking toaster.
But anyways, Randall Park, I thought he was really funny at Ant-Man and the Wasp. Because there's this whole back and forth where he's like trying to catch Paul Rudd when he's away from the house because he's under house arrest.
Yeah.
But he's always there like just, like Paul Rudd always makes it back just in time.
Oi.
You're right.
No. It's fine. So what I'm doing is like, oh no, I won't even explain. You know what?
Just leave it to their imagination.
Yeah. All right.
But I love the bit at the end when Randall Park's like, I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you around, Scott. And Scott's like, where? Like, I'll just be seeing you. You know, just like in general. And Brian's like, oh, I thought you were asking me out for dinner or lunch.
Oh
or
yeah, I
something.
love
And he's
this
like,
bit so much.
No, why would I ask you out for dinner?
And then he asks him out for dinner.
And he walks away and he steps back and he's like, Did you want to go out for dinner?
No. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so good. That's actually what it's like to speak to like some people that we know. You know what I mean? Like I've got one name in mind, but I won't say it.
Say it and I'll bleep it out.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Great. You sure?
No. I was going to say gross. I was going to say
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's what it's like. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot funnier when you know who it is.
No one have to bleep it twice.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay. Yeah, bleep it, please.
Now people are going to like be listening to this thinking it's them.
Yeah, trust me, it's not you. Like, it's definitely...
He doesn't listen.
Yeah. You know, they know it's a he now.
She doesn't listen.
Yeah. Okay.
Shit. Did I watch anything else? I watched Lego Movie 2 again, but we've talked about that on the podcast.
Awesome.
I think it's
Ooh,
still
got the shivers.
still just as good. I haven't watched any fucking proper movies this week. I need to get back and check.
I've just been watching shows, man. What can I
Yeah.
tell you?
Oh yeah, I watched the first few episodes of Sex Education under your.
Oh, I watched Sex
recommendation.
Education.
Yeah.
I haven't talked about it on the pod, haven't I? Or
No,
did
I don't think so.
I watched it a few weeks ago. It's fucking good. I really like it.
It's really good.
It's visually really nice. It's colorful. Like I love the characterization, that the actors, you know, put into those characters. I feel like a little bit of themselves like comes out in those characters as well. It's really cool. No, it's just like wholesome, a little bit funny. Sorry, no, I didn't mean to say a little bit funny. It's a little bit like
It's
rude.
a little bit funny.
A little bit rude, very funny.
This feeling inside.
Okay, shut up.
Okay.
I attempted to watch the new Arrested Development, but it's bad, so I stopped.
Yeah.
I
haven't watched it.
Really bad.
Anyways, I'll talk about Sex Education. You just moved on.
Yeah.
Sex Education. It was way more my alley than I thought it would be, because I didn't know anything about it. I just knew the title and I seen like the thumbnail on Netflix.
Came
I'm like,
out
what
a
is
while
this?
ago as well.
Not that long ago. It was like a couple
January.
months. Yeah, that's not that long ago.
All right, that's what you think, but
Time is relative.
time is relative.
What are you doing?
I know it's from Spider-Verse. I'm feeling like doing funny voices today. All right.
Okay, it just sounds like you're mocking me, you know?
Yeah, maybe I am. Okay.
Are you mocking me? Oh shit, Chris Hemsworth's here.
Go away.
Okay.
All right, he's gone. I just literally told Chris Hemsworth to go away. No one has more power than me.
He's probably asking for help.
Oh. Okay, well, he's gone now, so what can we do?
You can ask him back.
I mean, if you want to, but I'm going to leave that up to you.
You don't like Chris Hemsworth?
I don't know, he's kind of interrupting the flow we've got going on right now. Like,
okay.
I like him, but come on, guy.
Well, there you go. Sex Education, it's good. I'll finish it one day.
Chris Hemsworth only lives like an hour away from here.
Yeah, or sometimes when he's in the country.
Well, he mostly lives there.
Yeah, but he's working a lot.
Right now? I don't think so. I mean, I've seen all his Instagram stories and posts.
Yeah, probably at the moment he's back.
Yeah, he's
Let's go to his house, dude.
pretty sure
That's probably
Mark
why he pops in every now and then, you know?
Yeah, he just drives up. Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg's visiting or has visited recently. Or is it, no, it's Matt Damon, not Mark Wahlberg. Sorry. That's his friend, isn't it?
You confused them, even though before you were saying how they're not similar at all.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know which one is his friend. I always forget. That has nothing to do with
It's Matt Damon because he was in Thor for like a minute, a hot minute.
I wonder why they're good friends. I wonder what. Not like I'm saying. Okay, never mind.
You're saying they shouldn't be friends?
No, okay. See, this is.
You judging these Hollywood celebrities?
A little bit funny. This feeling inside.
Okay, shut up.
Okay.
You hit the floor with your comic. Get into it.
All right. Let's hit the floor running.
That's the saying now. Hit the floor running.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies
Hit the floor running.
Okay, sorry.
Stop, God. I'm gonna have to fix that audio peak,
Who said you had to?
or just let them suffer the bass boosted.
Bass boosted.
All right, go. Issue 51.
Issue 51, Amazing Spider-Man in the clutches of Kingpin.
For those who missed last week, Spider-Man gave up being Spider-Man, but now he's back in the saddle again, and he's taken down the
Bing Bin,
the newly found crime mob that has seeped through the city, run by the Kingpin. So he's after that. He's gone right into it. So take it away.
Take it away, Penny. Do you remember that SpongeBob episode? Sorry.
No.
In the clutches of Kingpin. And he says, at last, with Spider-Man gone, the city's mine. Okay, I'm not doing a New York accent. How do I do a New York accent?
You got 24 hours.
With Spider-Man gone. No, I can't. I can only do Western.
Not even close.
Yeah, I can only do a really bad American accent. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Anyway, so written by Stan Lee and drawn by John Romita. There you go. In case you needed to know.
Yeah, so, they do.
Yeah, of course. This is why we make this. What am I doing?
What have you done?
I'm killing it. I'm gonna end it. So it starts off with a meeting in the Kingpin Tower with a bunch of mob bosses, and they're all like questioning Kingpin. It's like, all right, what's the next move, Kingpin? You know, what's going on? We voted to let you take over all the mobs. Now what? And he's like, all right, buddies. We need to launch a campaign of crime such as the city has never known. But before we begin, bring me tonight's edition of the Daily Bugle. Because this bitch, J. Jonah Jameson, suspects that something is in wind. He's holding up an article that's like, Underworld Takeover Rumored. An editorial by JJJ Publisher. Anyway, well, fuck. You know, he caught a whiff and Kingpin does not like it. So the mob bosses are like, hey, you want us to get rid of him? We could easily just toss some hands, just like, kill that guy. He's like,
kill that guy.
Yet. Perhaps there's a better way. First, we'll give Jameson a chance. We'll make him an offer to play ball with us. Because they're in New York, they like baseball. And they're like, what if he refuses, Kingpin? He's like, well, take a few of your men and what? What if he refuses? Okay, never mind. He just doesn't answer that question. That's fine. Anyway, he basically tells him, take a few of your men and go get Jameson. Don't fuck up. Wait for the right moment and bring him here to me and make sure, he can't blindfold it, like anonymous and shit. And nobody cuts out until I say so, unless you leave. You plan to leave feet first. Basically, he's like threatening them. Don't be bad. Anyway. So a bunch of the mob bosses are leaving and they're like, this is just, wait, hold on. Yeah, like, Kingpin just says, this is just a test. I want to see how you operate. Now get going. They're like, meh. Anyway, we don't care about that right now. We want to know, what's Spidey doing? And he's back in action, just as Mike said before.
Just like Looney Tunes.
Just like Looney Tunes, exactly. And he's swinging around. He's like, it feels good to be Spidey again, swinging around town. And he's like, uh-oh, what's that below? Looks like trouble at the service station. There's a bunch of goons.
At the servo.
I'm at servo. Fill up my tank. I'm at servo. Fill up my tank with diesel. Anyway, good old Aussie meme for y'all. So where are we? Yeah, so he sees something at the service station. Bunch of goons. They've stolen a briefcase and they've got a bunch of guns, and then Spider-Man whips that briefcase and they're like, oh, it must be Spider-Man. What the fuck? I thought he was gone. And, he does a big old smash bash, wallapaloo, wallop thok. He fucking beats those motherfuckers to the ground, right? One guy, like, fucking bitch slaps him into, like, the second dimension or something like that. But Spider-Man's
second dimension?
Yeah. They're in the second.
Yeah, they're in the second dimension. They're comic books.
I meant to say into the third dimension. Sorry. Anyway,
the fifth dimension.
The fifth dimension,
starring Bruce Willis.
What?
The Fifth Element. Sorry.
I was about to say I don't remember that.
Let's continue. I was like, that sounds wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna continue. Yeah, he gets bitch slapped really hard, but he's like, no problem. That hurt, but I'm gonna keep bashing these guys up. Keeps quipping, being good old Spidey, and then one of them runs away, they get in the getaway car
Why?
because he's overwhelmed. There's a whole bunch of them. Remember, there's a crime wave.
Okay. I thought you were going to say he's overweight.
Kingpin.
Oh.
Anyway, so he gets away. Spider-Man's being overwhelmed. There's a whole bunch of goons. Like, as I said, there's a crime wave over the city, so the goons are just all out like, meh, stealing things. But then he overcomes them and, knocks all their lights out, and the police come, and he's like, here you go, cops, all yours. And, he sits on top of a building and watches the cops arrest them. And he's like, when I thought I was finished with this Spider-Man bit, I told Jameson where to get off. Now I've got to swallow my pride and convince him I was, only kidding. So basically he's going to go try and get his job back. And now we're back in Kingpin Tower. I keep saying it like it's Trump Tower. Kingpin Tower. Kingpin Tower. And Kingpin...
Wouldn't it be Fisk Tower?
You're right, Fisk Tower. It would be. That sounds a lot better than Kingpin Tower. Fisk Tower. Back in Fisk Tower, Wilson Fisk is like talking to some guy and watching Foswell in the other room. That looks like glass, I think. He's watching him through glass. Anyway. Oh yeah, it's a one-way mirror. So Foswell's shown up and he goes, no, the other guy says there's like a goon in his office. Like, why don't you polish him off right now, Kingpin? He ain't doing anybody good in there. And why do I say that so dumb? And Kingpin's like, no, I have other plans for Mr. Foswell. A man with his rather unusual experience. Maybe I can't do a fucking American accent. I'm going to do the British accent for Kingpin again.
Yeah, go.
Baby, of some use to me. And a good general never lets any manpower go to waste. Bring in our guest, Mr. Flint. It's time we had a little talk. Mr. Flint's the other goon that's in there. So Foswell comes in. Foswell's like, I thought you'd realize you needed me, Kingpin. Like, okay, Foswell, like, fucking calm down. And Kingpin's like, yeah, well, what made you so sure, you little cocky shit? And then Foswell's like, because no one's ever been able to take over all the mobs before, except me. Like, that's the thesis. Foswell's James Charles now. I know how hard it is to keep them all in line, yada, yada, yada. And King was like, well, there's one thing we both know. I'm not a fool. Foswell says, like, sis, let's quit sparring with each other. I don't know. If we're going to work together, what are your terms? Let's get down to business. And Kingpin's like,
let's get down to business
to defeat Kingpin. So before we discuss terms, I notice you're reaching into your pocket, and it looks, the obliterator. I'm sorry. Basically, Kingpin's like, the obliterator beam within my walking stick can atomize anything, so don't make any funny moves. Foswell's like, relax.
I don't dance
relax.
now. I make funny moves.
I'm not reaching for a gun. I'm grabbing this thing, boy, and it is a cigarette. Wow, I thought it was something else. I swear it was something else when I first read this, but that's okay.
They changed it.
Yeah,
they went
Mandela
back.
effect. Anyway, yeah, he lights up a cigarette, and then two goons come busting in, and guess what? It's the goons that Spider-Man just beat up, bruh.
But they're not beat up.
Yeah, well, they got away. And they're like, Spider-Man's out of action. Well, you were trying to... What? Oh, fuck. Why does none of the dialogue make sense? Let me just read it as it is.
Okay, do it.
Paraphrase it. So, Spider-Man's out of action, huh? What were you trying to pull, you fink? We just got away by the skin of our teeth. And then
the skin of our teeth.
And Foswell's like, they saw Spider-Man? Spider-Man? You dare break in here on the Kingpin like this? He says. And they were like, dude, we just got fucking beat by Spider-Man. Like, what do you want from me, bitch? Like, we're trying to warn you. Like, fucking calm down. And Kingpin's like, it's all right. There's no need for concern. We're merely faced with a little disciplinary problem, and I'll handle it in my own foolproof way. You gentlemen are about to learn a lesson you'll never forget. So basically, Kingpin's not happy with these guys breaking in, so he gives them the big old whomp, a big old zup, You know, they try to beat up Kingpin, but he's so fucking thick that he just literally obliterates him. One of them tries to punch him, and he fucking catches those hands. He literally catches those hands. He starts crushing
he's like
him.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
When he catches the Winter Soldier's hand, he's like,
yeah.
"You got a metal arm? That's awesome, dude."
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that. Does he?
Yeah. He does that, but he does it where he doesn't do it like, oh, that's, you know, you're cool.
He was like,
he's
"I'm gonna fucking break your head."
yeah, literally, and then fucking closes his fist and breaks that fucking guy's hand.
It's like when a really fucking big guy gives you like a handshake and they squeeze your hand.
Yeah.
Like
I hate that shit. It's like, what the fuck? Like, are you trying to intimidate me, bitch? Because it's working. Like, anyway. Tea, sis. I've been watching too much James Charles.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like, back to your rat holes, both of you, after beating them up. Then he says, Kingpin says to Foswell, Spider-Man's back in action, is he? Well, he shall live to regret it. And Foswell's like, but what do you have in mind? And we leave it at that. We're back to J. Jameson's office. Jameson's office.
You're right.
No, I'm having a hard time doing this, if you can't tell. Anyway, so he's really angry. Like, did you need me to tell you that? You just picture JJJ and you just see him angry, and he's like,
Robbie Robertson's in there now.
where?
At the Bugle.
When?
There. Robbie Robertson.
Why is he drawn so bad? He literally looks like a speck. Like, I didn't even recognize. Anyway.
But he hasn't been in the other ones, has he?
No, he's just there in the background.
They just randomly introduce him. Because I remember being like, where is he? Because he's a...
He doesn't even say his name.
Oh, he says it in the next one.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because like, that to me just looks like a guy, like in the background. He has no facial details whatsoever.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's Robbie Robertson.
Anyway.
If it's the same guy that's in the next one.
He's like the only not like white character I've seen.
That's probably why they introduced him, to be honest.
Yeah, it's the only brown
I bet in one of the
character.
letters, like if we go back in the spider's web, there's probably one that's like, "Hey, where's the black people? I want to see myself in there."
They like
so we made him a secondary character of the Daily
really
Bugle.
Minor character that works for J. Jonah Jameson to add insult to.
I like him in the movies.
Yeah, me too.
He always has a little like wink, wink, you know, with Peter Parker.
Yeah.
There's a bit in Spider-Man 2 where Jensen's like, "Why didn't you get any photos of this?" And Peter's like, "Sorry, I was off somewhere else." And then Robbie Robertson's like, "I heard Spider-Man was there," and he gives like a little side eye to Peter, and
like,
Peter side eyes him back,
secret.
and it's like a little
because
the
they're
moment
having
lasts like
sex with each other.
yeah.
That's why.
The moment lasts like a second, but you're like, ooh,
Yeah,
you know,
that's cool.
there's lots of little stuff in those movies.
Raimi. Anyway.
Raimi.
Raimi.
I'm trying to figure out what you're doing.
Raimi. Me.
Birds
Raimi.
flying high. You know how I feel.
Raimi. Anyway, that's pretty accurate. And
What were you doing something, or was it
no,
just
I was
making
just
something up?
making a like an old timey bass line up, like a
Skaboop, skabidi boop ba.
yeah, like a barbershop quartet. Anyway. So yeah, J. Jonah Jameson's mad. He's like, you know, where's Foswell? I need actual news. All I'm reporting about is like fucking rumors. Like, girl, I don't like this. Like
The Fleetwood Mac album.
yeah, rumors. Came out in the 60s. So that's a lie.
70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that's why I said that's a lie, dude.
Yeah, but I was saying.
What the fuck, sorry, I just played with my microphone. I'm sorry. Okay.
So much fumbling.
God, I'm gonna die. Okay, so Ned Leeds walks in. He's like, "Hey, I can do Foswell's job," and J. Jonah Jameson's like, "All right, well, we'll fucking replace you then." And Betty's there, just looking sad. She doesn't even say anything. She's just like fucking her head's floating in the background. Like, girl, okay, get a fucking life, get a better fucking character arc, okay? Jesus, I'm being savage for no reason.
That's the title of this fucking episode. Sammie B's a savage for no reason.
Yeah, it's like that time I went to dinner with my family. Brother said to me, "Don't you ever calm down?" I'm like, "No, I don't." So Peter knocks on the door. He's like, "Hey, Mr. Jameson. Hey, remember me? I'm back and better than ever. I can get you some Spider-Man photos." And Jameson's like, "You traitor piece of shit. Fucking get out of my fucking office. You don't work here anymore." Peter's like, "Oh, well, you know, man. I actually got some good pictures of Spider-Man, but I guess I'll take him elsewhere." And J. Jonah Jameson's like, "What? You got new pictures of
Every
Warcraft?"
time.
Yeah,
It's the
literally.
same.
What? Oh, it's literally, yeah. It never changes. And then he's
War
like,
never
"Hold it, you
changes."
silly boy. Can't you take a joke?"
He says that every time too.
Yeah. "Can't you take a joke?" And he snatches the photos and he's like, "Oh, hey, say, not bad at all. Hey, like, it's your lucky day, Parker. I've decided to forgive you and take you back." And Peter's like, "Hey, thanks, man, I guess. No wonder they call you Santa Claus." Psh. And
He's Santa Claus.
yeah, I don't know. Fucking, like, he's got no beard, but he's got a mustache. Wait, he doesn't have a mustache. Oh, yes, he does. Never mind. I don't have my glasses on, please. Anyway, so Peter leaves on his bike and he's like, "Well, Fred Foswell's missing, eh?" Because he overheard the whole hullabaloo. "He's Jonah's star reporter. Wonder what could have happened to him." "Well, no time to worry about that now. I've got to learn more about Kingpin, but where do I begin?" And he drives past the cafe. And inside the cafe, some people recognize him driving past, and it's MJ, Gwen, and Harry. They're hanging out. MJ's still being careless, dancing along to some music playing, and it looks like Harry and Gwen are getting a little bit cuddled up. Looks like they're getting a bit close, and MJ's poking some fun at Gwen, like saying, "Peter Parker's interested in me, not you." She's kind of being a bit of like a playful bitch, but I like that aesthetic. That's such a mood, like playful bitch, like, Anyway,
Very 60s.
very 60s. Anyway, so, like Joan from Mad Men, I guess. She's more like...
Which one she is? She January Jones.
Huh?
Who's the actress?
She's the redhead that's got like an hourglass figure, and like all the men are like, "Oh, they ogle her."
Christina Hendricks.
I think so. What? Christina Hendricks. Yes, her. That's her.
See, I figured things out even though I've never seen.
What else has she been in since Mad Men? Not much.
She was in Drive.
She was in Drive?
Yeah, for like a sequence. She was part of one of the heists.
Oh, yes. That's right. She dies very quickly. Anyway.
She was in Firefly?
Really?
Apparently.
Where?
That's what it says. I don't remember her being in Firefly.
No.
Actually, maybe I do.
What?
I don't, but...
She's in Rick and Morty.
Oh my god.
Who does she play?
Morty. Oh. That's why she sounds like that.
Wait, hold on. Rick and Morty, Christina.
Where she plays herself like a live action. Where she plays a blue lady.
A blue lady. Oh, she plays the one that's like fucking Rick Sanchez or something like that. She's in that Neon movie, Neon Demon. I don't remember her being in that
really?
either. I love that movie. A lot of people did not like that movie.
I liked it.
I loved it. The twist is they eat her.
Yeah, what a twist.
Anyway.
Because, the beauty industry, fucking consumes you,
alive.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Metaphors.
So, yeah, Pete is just trudging along, driving on his scooter, and then it's a bike, really. And then his spidey senses start tingling when he drives past his building. So he's like, "Oh, I'm going to go check it out." And then he gets changed into his spidey costume. He's like, "Well, nothing seems to be wrong, but yet I can't afford to take any chances. Something's going on." I'm going to burp. That's what's going on. Anyway, so...
Weird he said that.
He looks in the mirror and he's like... I can't... Oh, yeah. So he looks in the mirror. He's like, "Hey, that's what's going on. One of these guys looks like they're pulling a gun. I better get the move on him." So he crashes through the window and tackles these guys. They're like, "Hey, you fucking asshole. I see what you're doing. You thought you could get past me." He starts walking them, spacking them, stomp, and attack, and patowing, getting tussle. He punches them so many fucking times. Jesus. And then all of a sudden, one of them throws a fucking grenade, like an actual grenade.
Ouchies.
An actual explosive at him.
Jinkies.
He gets blown away. And he's like, weakened on the ground. He's like, "Oh, oofed. Ow, my bones." And then before they get away, because the goons are running away, he throws a spider tracer on them. He's like, I can't chase after them right now because I just got a literal grenade thrown at me, but I can throw a spider tracer on him and see where that takes us. And the building starts collapsing beneath his arms, and he holds it up in the style of, the earlier, what issue is it? When he's like holding up the metal beam, like because he's trapped under it.
Issue 32.
Yeah. And he's doing that, and then everyone evacuates, he tells them to, and then he jumps out the window, and the fucking building actually explodes. Comes crashing down.
Nice.
New York and buildings crashing down, am I right, guys? That was not a reference to anything. It's terrible. Even as Spidey swings through the night, another one of the Kingpin's gun-toting task forces approaches the Daily Bugle building. Why did I sound like Barbie from Toy Story 2 just then?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to take your rubbish or something like that.
I wonder if she's in Toy Story 4.
I hope so.
As like a
hope Ken is in.
A zombie killer or something. I don't know.
Like chainsaw baby doll kind of aesthetics. I just heard a cockroach or a mouse or something over there.
Is that a mouse or something?
A mouse or something?
Got a mouse or something?
Lol.
Mickey Mouse.
Too mess. What's the fucking... That was so bad. What's his name?
Do you ask every time? Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse. He's never said that in his fucking... I mean, he's probably said Mickey Mouse before, but he's never said it in like a movie, surely.
Wait,
wow.
I'll show you. I've
seen this.
I hope they can hear this.
Two little mice fell in a bucket of cream. The first mouse quickly gave up and drowned. The second mouse
Too much.
wouldn't quit. He struggled so
What
hard
movie is this
that
from again?
Eventually, he
Catch
turned
Me
his
If You
cream
Can.
into
Yeah, I remember.
butter.
That's why I know this. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
I love Catch Me If You Can. It's so good. Got such a good cast. So good. Anyway, that's what I'm referencing whenever I started to say that.
Oh,
Two little maths.
That's what you're saying? Two miles. Yeah. I never knew what you were saying. I thought you were saying tumors. Tumors. I've seen that movie so many times.
Oh my god. That embarrasses me. Two maths.
I can hear it now.
I forgot the little. Two
That's
little
like the
maths.
metaphor for the movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's
So
about
Leonardo DiCaprio is like,
persistence.
"Hey, I'm a con man. I run away. Catch me if you can." Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is like, "Hey, you can't do that."
Stop.
Christopher Walken's like, "Stop tumors."
Stop disgracing our Lord and Savior Tom Hanks like
Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg. He's just a movie. Anyway, so back to the comic, and where were we? Something. Oh yeah, they're kidnapping J. Jonah Jameson. They fucking blindfold him. They take him to the Kingpin's office, and they've got a gun to his back. The Kingpin's like, "You gotta stop fucking like reporting about bullshit, JJJ. Like, come on, we can come to an agreement here. I'm sure." J. Jonah Jameson's like, "In a pig's eye. Nobody tells me what to write in my paper," something like that. And then Kingpin's like, "I applaud your courage. You'll live to regret it, though."
What's that? What's his voice now? You'll live to regret it, though. He's fucking Buffalo Bill now from fucking Silence of the Lambs. I regret it, though. Or like Philip Seymour Hoffman from like Mission Impossible 3.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna hurt her. I'm gonna hurt her real bad.
Stop bullying me. Anyway, so J. Jonah Jameson gets all pussy and it's like, "What do you mean? What are you gonna do to me?" And I'm not gonna do any accents now because you just keep roasting me. So I'm just gonna like shut
Hey,
up.
there's no roasts
All
here.
in good. I'm gonna do a British
Sammy's
one.
the savage.
All in good time, Jameson. But first, what is this? It's
Jameson?
Charlie and his boys, Kingpin. They show you Spider-Man's kibosh the caper. Spider-Man again. And then a guy walks in, and it's the guy with the green coat that's got the spider tracer on him that threw a fucking grenade. And then he's like, "But the whole joint caved in, and it was still inside. I figure we kissed him off. I figure we kissed him off at last. In that case, your mission succeeded. Beyond my fondest hope. I'm just reading out the comic as I'm doing it. Anyway, so basically, I'm Monkey. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going insane. God. This is just like, I just can't.
Oh, no. You're almost there. What page you on?
I'm nearly there. Okay. Breathe. I can't stop laughing.
I didn't read this one this week, so you're on your own. I can't take over.
Anyway, so as they're discussing, I don't know, mob stuff, Kingpin name drops Foswell, and Foswell's like, what did you mention my name for? Because obviously fucking J. Jonah Jameson's room. And he says, like, Foswell, are you really there? He's got a blindfold on. Like, is it true that you've joined forces with the Kingpin? And Foswell just doesn't even try to deny. He's like, never mind about me, Jameson. I'm advising you. Do what the Kingpin tells you to. And, you know, some broken trust shit's pretty fucking sad. Like, honestly, I'm just about to cry. It's so sad. No. And speaking of Spider-Man, according to my little tracer, says Spider-Man, the trail ends in the penthouse just ahead. So he's heading there. He's on the side of the building and he looks and he's like, well, golly, that's J. Jonah Jameson, Foswell, and Kingpin all in the same room. Fuck. So instead of like sneaking in and doing stuff, you know, in a way that would make sense, he fucking projects his Spider-Man light on the floor of the fucking, alerting everyone that he knows that they're there and that he's outside. And then they all run outside. They're like, oh, Spider-Man? And then he gets the jump on them, I guess. He webs up a bunch of the goons, but damn, Kingpin's there, and damn is he angry and thick. He's ready to fucking clap them cheeks on Spider-Man. He's dummy thick, dude. Anyway, so Spider-Man, you know, does a few cool acrobatic things. He's jumping around, trying to, you know, kicks Kingpin, but Kingpin literally picks up that guy and fucking body slams him. Kingpin does try to like do that whole like blaster thing from his cane, but Spider-Man breaks that shit. More tussling and like wrestling and stuff, and then Spider-Man grabs Kingpin by the collar, but his necktie bolo thing has some gas in it, and he gasses Spider-Man in the face and he collapses. Next to die a hero. That's the end of my issue. I'm sorry it took so long.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself
become the Kingpin.
Got him.
Got him. Alright, I don't know what this is anymore, and you just spat on me, so.
Did I?
No, I don't know. I felt something go on my shoulder, so. Nothing was grosser than when someone spat on me today. It was because they had a mouthful of drink, and it was just like, I appreciate you not doing that, but
and
I still love that.
They did it on purpose too. They're
yeah. Literally. No, love you, Grace. Sorry. Can you just name called her? Anyway, I'm pretty sure I accidentally spat on her at some point during that conversation.
Like everybody spits sometimes, you know.
Yay! I spit, dude. Anyway,
spit these bars.
Oh, sorry. Anyway,
all right.
We're just being noisy.
Let's get into it. Issue 52. To die hero. Wait. Oh yeah, because it said next to die hero.
Yeah, you were like, what? Like, did I just read the same issue?
Oh no. And I didn't realize as you were describing it.
Yeah, that's fucking funny, dude.
Okay, Spider-Man's in the arms
Rehab.
of the... Oh. In the arms of the crime mob. And Jameson's like, oh yeah, stop. What are you planning to do to me? Why? And Kingpin's like, you're an idiot. You keep spouting shit about our crime operations in your newspaper. We don't like that. So we're throwing you in the bloody bin.
Oh no, don't do that.
So they put Jameson and Spidey into like this airtight room. They strap them together with like these metal beams. And they start flooding the room with water.
Oh no.
It starts filling up. They lock the room. There's no windows on the room or anything, so they can't see what's happening inside.
It's like a one-way window, isn't it?
No, there's nothing. So
there's nothing.
They have no idea what's happening.
Oh, bruh.
Inside, which is like, why would you kill people and not like make sure they're actually dying?
You know, maybe they don't want that on the conscious, like a Schrodinger's cat kind of situation.
Oh, yeah, actually, Kingpin says something later, like someone accuses him of being a murderer, and he's like, "No, I'm not a murderer. I'm just doing what needs to be done." You know.
Yeah,
So
I think
maybe
that's
he's
probably
like,
easier on his conscience. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, they're tied up. Spider-Man's spouting shit. He's like, no, we're about to die. The water's getting higher by the second. And Jameson's like, you're an idiot. You got us into this. You're such a rotten person. You know, the usual Jameson spiel.
Awful.
Yeah, and Spider-Man's like, if you clam up for a few minutes, maybe neither of us will. What? Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Jameson says, that's right. Even if you do get free, then what? Even then, you can't breathe underwater for that long. Spider-Man's like, if you'll clam up for a few minutes, maybe neither of us will have to. And Jameson's like, don't try and kid me, webhead. We're done for it, and you know it. And Spider-Man just snaps out of his shackles. Like, they didn't build them very well. And he starts shooting webs, and Jameson's like, I knew it. You're a nut. You're just shooting webs
You're a
everywhere like
nut.
an idiot.
Love it when
Into
they say
empty
that.
air. What are you doing? And cuts back to the Daily Bugle for no reason.
For no reason.
It shows Ned, and he's like, what's going on in here? Why is it all smashed up? And Betty's like, oh, well. Wait, no, Betty's saying, why is this all smashed up? And Ned's like, I don't know, I just got here, Betty. So Ned's like, first Foswell missing, now the boss. I'll call Robertson. He's the city editor. Maybe he can fill us in. And Robertson's standing behind him. He's like, what? Why are you calling me? I'm right here. Just speak to me.
He's like, dude, I'm literally right here.
Good old Robbie. And Robbie's like, there must be something wrong. Jameson would never take off without telling us, you know. And Ned's like, all right, I'll figure out why he's been abducted and why. I'll hold down the desk while you could see undercover. Oh wait, no, that's what Robbie's. Fuck, sorry.
Got him.
Robertson's gonna take over for Jameson's job while he's away and like figure out what's happening. And Ned's like, I'm gonna go investigate. I'll be the Foswell, you know. I'll go out into the world and like investigate. And Betty's like, oh no, why does every boy like seek the danger? Why must they run away from me and put their lives at risk? Why do I seek love from people who only thrill action, you know? You know, she says that all the time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Betty,
yeah.
Yeah, she's always like conflicted. Who cares about Betty anymore though? Jesus Christ. Like,
Just get her out of here.
yeah, honestly, she's old. We want MJ.
She's
and Gwen.
old.
No, she's old news, dude.
Oh, okay.
Peter's not interested in her, so I'm not interested, you know?
So we cut back to Spider-Man.
I'm being rude, sorry.
Cut back to Spider-Man. He's
Spider-Man.
making a little web dome. Jameson's like, you're a nut, just like I always said. What the fuck are you doing?
You're not.
Spider-Man's like, shut up, just let me make this thing. And he makes like a little dome. He's done this in an earlier issue,
Yeah.
so he can breathe underwater.
Which makes no sense, but okay.
There's science behind it.
Okay.
Have you ever like, I know that's a bad example. Like,
Oh, like in Pirates of the Caribbean.
yeah, have you ever like put a cup
Yeah.
into like water
Yeah, but the
upside
thing
down and
is-
like has a pocket of water?
It's really like I've done that with like buckets and stuff in my pool at
Yeah.
my dad's place, but the pressure gets to you real quick. Like the air pressure, and it hurts. So
Yeah, you have to be fucking real strong
yeah.
to like hold
Hold it down, yeah.
But Spider-Man is real strong, so you know there's
Yeah,
spaces to it, you know.
Don't know how they did in Pirates. They would have flung up. So.
I'm more concerned how the webbing can like be so airtight
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
and
anyway.
solidify that quick. Anyways, they do it and they make a little dome, and we cut back to outside, and this dude's like, "It's all filled, Kingpin. They're goners by now." And Kingpin's like, "Naturally, that was my intention. Wait another 30 seconds to be sure. Then drain the room and dispose of them. Be sure you tidy up when you're finished. I detest sloppy work."
Kingpin has like 8 different accents in this podcast.
He does. And this guy's like, "Hey, don't worry, you can count on us, boss." So they wait 30 seconds. Exactly 30 seconds later, it says.
Exactly 30
And they
seconds.
drain the water and they open it. He's like, "Hey, Flint said we should..." "Hey, what's that? I don't get it. Looks like some sort of big cocoon with someone inside."
Cocoon.
And Spider-Man's like, "Oh, you notice. I wanted it to be a surprise." He punches them, thwops them, cracks them, twops them, kicks a dude's gun out of his hand,
Oh,
chucks a dude into a wall,
shucks, dude.
breaks Jameson free, and they're starting to they're trying to get out of there. And but Spider-Man has run out of web fluid because he wasted it all making that fucking dome.
No.
So Jameson's like, you're a nut.
You're a
You
nut.
suck. We're gonna die. We're done for it. And Spider-Man's still trying to like get them all out. And he tries to take on the goons waiting outside. Kingpin's run off somewhere else. We don't know where he is. So Spider-Man's like trying to fight his way out. And he's distracting, or he's holding off the goons while he's like, Jameson, go back to your newspaper and be a hero, Let everyone know what's going on here, what you did, and expose the Kingpin.
Kingpin.
And Jameson's like, I knew it. You're a madman. You're uncontrollable. You'll attack anyone just to prove your power.
Oh my god. Jameson
You're even more of a menace than I said you were. And Spider-Man's like, well, I had to do it the hard way, didn't I? But at least I got him to run off.
How did you not recognize his voice?
I don't know. I guess it's like, I feel like when he's speaking of Spider-Man, he probably like sounds like cooler,
Like Batman and Bruce Wayne?
Yeah.
Like different.
Jameson. Can you imagine?
I cannot imagine to me, Spider-Man sounds just like a muffled version of whatever Peter Parker sounds like.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah, I see that.
Like,
In the in the original Superman movies, they actually do it really well. Where there's like
how he's
how he composes himself and speaks between Superman and Clark Kent.
Clark Kent. Like
Because
that.
there's Clark Kent, he's like, oh, like a bumbling, like, oh, sorry, Lois. Oh, I didn't see you there. Oh, what? No. Oh, sorry, Lois. That sounded like Peter Griffin.
Sorry, Lois.
But yeah, that's Superman. He's very assured and stern and strongly spoken.
Hero.
He stands for truth, justice, and the American way.
Oh god. Yay.
Then there's Clark Kent. He's like, oh.
He's
like a Martin
monkey.
Freeman type,
Oh, he's a monkey.
Andy Serkis is Superman.
Andy Serkis is...
Not mocap, but
Andy
as
Serkis
Superman.
is offended because it's technically ape, not monkey.
I'm from Krypton.
Look at me.
Look at me, I'm the captain now. But anyways, as Jameson runs off, he fucking dongs his head like an idiot. And he bombs it into a pipe and he's like knocked out and he's got stars floating around his head for a bit.
I know what that feels like, dude.
And Spider-Man, he's like, I gotta find the Kingpin. Then we see Kingpin talking to Foswell. And Foswell's like, Spider-Man and Jameson both dead? I don't believe it. He was like, the Kingpin does not lie. But why do you seem so nervous, so shaky?
Why?
Can it be so unwelcome to you?
Why?
Can it be that I was wrong to trust you? And Foswell's like, hold it, mister. Nobody talks to Fred Foswell that way. I'll go along with anything that'll make us a buck, but cold-blooded murder just isn't my style. And Kingpin. The Kingpin's like, murder? You dare accuse me, the Kingpin, of anything as crass as that? I've merely taken the
We all
steps
have the same
to
voice
eliminate two persons that were potential threats to me. Nothing more, nothing less. And Foswell's like, okay, take it easy. Kingpin's going ham on Foswell. And then Spider-Man bursts in and he's like, hands off, Tubby. You're going to need
Rude.
your strength for Spider-Man. Kingpin's like, all right, let's fucking fight then. All right, let's stand aside, Foswell. I'll deal with you later. Then we see Flash Thompson. He's come back from the wall. And he's like...
Oh, Flash is back. Sorry, I just like disassociated a little bit just then.
And he's like, hey, it's Gwen and Harry. And MJ pops up. And Flash is like, oh, MJ, you still dating that stupid dork Parker? And MJ's like, I haven't even seen him recently, so, I don't know what's up with that. And then, yeah, they're all like, let's go out and have a party. As soon as Pete gets here, we'll arrange the zingiest wingding in town. And Flash is like, Peter, you gotta be kidding. He can empty a room just by entering it. Aha.
Aha.
Then Harry's like, come on, Flash. Pete's a good egg. You know it.
A good egg.
Haha, you brainwashed him too, Gwen. Nice.
Nice.
So then we see Spider-Man and Kingpin tussling. Kingpin got him by the fucking wrist, so like Spider-Man's he can't do any punching. Kingpin slams into the ground. Spidey knees him. You know, they're having a bit of a wrestle. You know.
Bit of rivalry.
Yeah, Spider-Man fucking dongs him in the head. That gets him real good. But Kingpin, as he's falling down, he grabs Spider-Man.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Am I right, ladies?
Exactly, and he throws him on the ground as well. But as he throws Spider-Man on the ground, Kingpin makes a run for it into like a secret like bookcase, secret lair or secret escape. And Spider-Man tries to follow him, but it's booby trapped, and he gets gassed, and he's like, "Oh shit! Oh, that sucks."
Oh shit! Ow! Oofed! Ow! That sucks.
Then, while moving somewhat slower, a short distance ahead, we see a goon. And he's like, "Hey, I thought I heard a groan from around that corner. If it's Jameson, that means he's still alive." And we see Jameson, and he's got his head all donged, and he's like, "Oh, my head, where am I? What happened? Who's pounding on me with a sledgehammer? Ow. Oh, I remember now. The Kingpin tried to kill me, and Spider-Man threatened to me. Even Foswell turned against me. Wait. What's this on my head? It's wet. I'm bleeding. I must be bleeding. Oh, no." But there's like water dripping on his head.
Oh, it's not actually blood, lol.
No.
Bussy.
And they're like, "Hey, look, it's Jameson." And they start chasing after him. He's like, "Oh, the Kingpin's gunmen. No. They've got guns. Where can I run? Another one.
So bad
it's
in, like, these
Foswell. Oh,
situations.
shit. Oh, no." And Foswell's like, "Jameson, turn this corner, quick. You're the only one who ever helped me or gave me a second chance. I don't want you to be hurt. I'll hold them off for you somehow. Hurry, man. Hurry." Then, as Foswell tries to fend them off, he gets shot by the henchman. Jameson's like, "No, you took the shot. That was intended for me. I don't understand. I don't get it. But you're hurt. You're hurt bad. What do we do now?" Spider-Man's like, "There's a gunshot coming from the corridor. Let's see what this is all about."
There's a lot happening.
Shit. Looks like I didn't arrive soon enough. Foswell is dying, you know? So Spider-Man takes out those goons that were firing at Foswell. He zonks their heads together. And Jameson's like, "Stop showing off, you muscle-bound idiot. Foswell needs a doctor. He's dying." And Foswell's like, "Too late for doctor. It's better this way. I failed at everything."
Oh, no.
"Foswell! No! Foswell! He's dead!" And Peter's like, "Who can predict what any man will do? Foswell sacrificed himself to save another. Jameson had gambled right for once. He gave an ex-con a job, a second chance. And when the chips were down, Foswell repaid the debt the only way he could, with his life." And Jameson's like, "I don't know why he got involved with the Kingpin, but he died a hero." Then we see Foswell taken away in a body bag by the police.
Fuck, it really do be like that. Hey, shit, he's gone.
He just dies.
Dies.
Is anyone ever dead in these fucking
No,
books?
not really.
I'm sure he's come back.
Yeah.
Who knows how or why.
He comes back as zombie man.
But yeah, I mean, fucking, what was that guy that came back? The looter.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
come on.
what the fuck?
I mean, I guess he didn't die though.
Yeah.
Anyways.
See. When we get up to that issue in 5 years.
Yeah, Ned Leeds comes in. He's like, "Who's that on the stretcher?" And Jameson's like, "I found out who's behind the city's new crime wave. It's an oversized oddball called the Kingpin." So he didn't really answer what Ned Leeds asked.
No.
Oh, he answers it now. He's like, "It's Foswell. He was murdered trying to save me. But I want you to do a front page story about him, Leeds. Give him all the fame, all the glory he never had while he lived. And then that Spider-Man, write another blasters about Spider-Man. He was more of a menace than ever. Because you never know what side he's on." And Spider-Man's like, "Fuck this. That's sexy. I wouldn't have left a finger.
Dude.
I wouldn't lift a finger next time to help that misanthropic meathead, no matter what. I'm through being a fall guy for everyone else. I've had it in spades, mate. Oh, who am I kidding? I'd do the same thing all over again if I had to, and I know it. In my own way, I'm probably a lot like Jameson. He's a compulsive crank, and I'm a compulsive do-gooder. The only thing is, he makes a lot more dough than I do. There's probably a moral hidden away in all this, but I'm too pooped to worry about it.
He's not going to tell us. He's like, you got to figure that out for yourself.
I'm going to head back to my pad and sleep for a week."
Oh my God. That's actually how I end my days.
That's a mood right there.
Yeah, that's such a mood.
But alas, there's not much slumber in Spidey's future, and you'll know the reason why as soon as we tell you that our next bombshell issue features the incredible villainy of Dr. Octopus. Enough said. What a good little two-parter. The Kingpin's like, oi, I do a crimes. I want to take down the two people that have been, been a threat to me. Oh, shit. They escaped.
Oh, I was like, what?
You're that out of it.
Yeah, I am.
And then, yeah. You're right. Oh, it's a dog.
It's dog.
I know. Anyways, what do you think? What was your take on those issues?
I'm enjoying the Kingpin. Like, he's
We've
in
got
it.
24 hours.
You got 24 hours.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like the whole like mob
I've been waiting for him.
crime wave thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's better. I don't know. It's refreshing than having like Craven and fucking Vulture coming after him
Yeah,
for a
there's
sixth time.
super powered villains being like, oi, I got a gadget, I got a gizmo. You know? Do you reckon they'd ever do like a crime plot in like that's how hitting
I was gonna make
the
it
table was, yeah.
Don't do it. You can't. She's gonna try and. I know you ate my biscuits today, bitch.
She was talking about me, by the way.
Love you, Ruby. You ate my biscuits though, so you're not allowed to have a spot on the couch. Anyway, sorry. As you were saying.
I don't know what I was saying.
Oh.
Saying about crime plots and
Yeah.
Kingpin.
Oh my god, that is
Shit.
cancer. Oh my god, just sits on everything.
And how I wish they'd do that in the movies, but you can't have
Everything.
crime. No, in like a Disney movie, you can't
Oh.
have fucking like gangs.
Like
like
shooting
shooting up
and like
people.
throwing grenades and like
Yeah.
destroying buildings.
I mean, you could make it goofy,
You
And
could.
Captain America took place in World War II and had Nazis being like, no,
Yeah, like
shooting laser guns.
like how they
that put me off.
Yeah.
In the second half of that movie, where all the Nazis just have like like sci-fi weapons. It's like,
It's
okay,
literally out of like a 1960s like science fiction war novel. Like
yeah,
anyway, I think that's what they're going for anyway, something campy.
that's true. But I feel like the way like they built the tanks and stuff, it looked futuristic and not like something that would have been built back then.
Yeah,
It'd
like
be cool if it had like a steampunk like aesthetic,
or
but
like
it was charged
an
by
aesthetic,
the
like from Fallout. You know how they have
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
old timey but new look. I love that they've done that. That's one thing that Bethesda have done very well. Anyway,
Yes. Anyways, that's the podcast this week. If you want to follow us, my address is no. If you want to follow us, you can do that on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Gmail at peterpalmerpod. PETERPALMERPOD. Peter Palmer Pod. And you can send us a meme, you can send us a GIF, you can send us hate mail. It's been a while since we've got a hate mail. Or you can correct us on getting things wrong, like Mr. Thomas Lee does from Film Costs.
our only listener. No,
Yeah, he's the most active listener.
he's our number one fan. Actually, I think is confirmed. He is our number one fan.
He messages in after he listens to each one.
Yeah.
Says
All
a
right.
little something.
New badge for him.
So if anyone else wants to be our number one fan instead,
You gotta
get
fight
on
it
that.
out. Yeah.
I'm curious to know who listens to this. I still don't know who listens to this.
Yeah, I want to hear from you. Like honestly, come on, stop hiding.
Because like there's people that like the posts and everything, but I want to know if they're actually listening.
Yeah,
'Cause,
it'd be nice. It'd be nice.
I feel like there's a secret listener out there that listens to this every week, and we have no idea who it is. Like
Yeah.
we've never met them.
Honestly, I think so.
And I wanna
just
know.
Fucking tweet us, all right? You fucking pussy. Like
If you don't have Twitter, you have Facebook. Everyone has Facebook.
yeah, Facebook. But
Send us a message.
but just tweet us. Just if you don't have Twitter, just get an account.
Okay.
Just tweet us, please.
Instagram us. Follow us.
Instagram us. You are definitely a boomer. No, I'm kidding.
That's my secret.
Oh my god, he just peeled his face off.
Hello. I'm Ben
What?
Mendelsohn.
Wait, so
See you next week.